Crosses the line, moves up to 7th. 1 place gained. Robin, we know he's got pace from other sessions. He's got a purple sector 1. So let's see what this Williams driver can do. Let's go back and have a look at the stats now. If I can just... let's see. Right. Oh, hang on a minute. We've got an advert for some reason. Here we go. Right, on the phone, we can see the rankings. So Totally No Pro, who's in P2, and Mikhail has gone faster, by the way. The 105.055. He really likes the 5s on that one. But that's a very good lap time. And Totally No Pro is going to have to put in a very decent lap to try and beat it. Rayner is also about, well, he's further behind on this lap. So let's watch Robin cross the line here. 18 drivers for this Grand Prix. That might be a league record for me at least. And Robin will steal the show because that's a 104.8. And the man in the Williams has set a blistering lap time. So that is going to be a relief. Mikhail, one of those who could definitely fight for this pole. Robin has definitely got some pace that he hasn't shown us yet still, which is crazy to say. Speaking of Robin, and he is in the chat with us, let's see. He's down in 9th in the standings, 25. But I think that's just because he hasn't shown up to races, and the races he has, he may have gotten lucky and crashed. But I know Robin, I've seen him in the races he has done, he's very fast. If he had the consistency of Rayner, just the ability to just not crash out. Well, I don't know exactly, I can't remember. Here's Mikhail to the line, by the way. And here he is, a 104.877. That is 4 thousandths of a second slower than Robin. Separated by the most minuscule of margins. Dirty Spy is going to cross the line. He's starting his lap now as well, I think. So, yeah, this is a close session. Mikhail retires in the pits. So that's Mikhail, P2, best he can do. And he actually, look at that. I think he did improve his lap time by 1,000th of a second, but it wasn't enough. Fast and Furious crosses the line. No more laps can be done by him, and many other drivers are the same now. Look at this. Dirty Spy trying to pick up a toe. Oh, I think that's a Haas in front of him. It is a Haas in front of him, and he's desperately picking up a toe from Creative Coconut Syndrome, but they brake too early, and that might have messed up his lap. So there may not be any room for improvement here. Scouser, he is actually improved on his time, but is he going to improve enough to really get that pole position? I mean, every opportunity for the Alfa Romeo driver, but will it happen? He comes up to the line, crosses it, and it is P6. Still can't get much better. Let's see Dirty Spy, and he's down on his time, and it might be because of that Haas car. He's going to cross the line, but I don't think it's enough. Oh! I think it was an improvement, but he got invalidated at the last corner, possibly. Well, I don't think anyone's going to pressure Robin now because no one else is there to make a pit and make a... And there's the first one. What can happen ahead of us for 36 laps? It's 5 red lights. And away we go. It's a pretty even start, as always. But it looks like Mikhail actually might be able to challenge into turn 1. Was it Robin a good enough start down the inside? Mikhail loves a good dive bomb into turn 1 around this track. We found that out last season, and he does it again, but Robin manages to come out on top, even after the dive bomb attempt. There's another overtaking opportunity, though, up into turn 2. Mikhail's going to go for it. No, he isn't. He can't. There's not enough space. He's not close enough, and he does have to back out, but there's another run down into turn 4 or 5 here. So he's got a good slipstream as well, and there's an opportunity to take the lead. Again, will he go for it down the inside? Not quite. There's just, again, not enough space. Look at this, though. The JLB and Dirty Spy side by side, wheel-to-wheel action here. We can ride on board with the rear wing. JLB just being kept at bay. Fast and Furious had an absolute shocker of a start, and now he's down to P11 after starting in P4. So not a great start from him. Dirty Spy still in P3. He will want to keep that. Totally No Pro drops on to 10th of the race start. We've got Rayner in P5, so that's a really good start from him. You can just see them all. Look how close they are already out the corner. I think Rayner does have better race pace, and I think Mikhail does get a slightly better exit, though. Slipstream for the McLaren driver will help him out a lot. Will it help him out a lot? Enough, because Mikhail moves to the right-hand side to try and cover off the move, and he does do that, and that's Rayner. Oh, no! That's Rayner, the championship leader. It finds himself in P18, and look at this Dirty Spy on the left-hand side of Mikhail now. Into the right-hander. Can he get around the outside? Not quite. Wheels possibly touching there. We'll ride on board with the Papaya Orange McLaren. Into the left-hander. Robin's going to try and capitalise off this fighting and get away from these two as much as he possibly can. You can see Scout out of the right-hander. It's just a toe. But is it going to be enough? The slipstream, the DRS, it's helped him enough to make a move down the inside. Rayner's going to try and cover it off. He is on the harder compound tyres. They do make contact through the right-hander, but Dirty Spy comes out on top. Now can Mikhail get back at him? I think I keep calling him Rayner and I don't know why. Can Mikhail get back past him though? Well, we'll have to wait and see, but I think Dirty Spy's just got a bit more. Hang on a minute, look at this. Mikhail's going to come back past Dirty Spy down the inside, and he has got past him, forces him to the edge of the track. They do make contact yet again, and Mikhail gets P2 back. Dirty Spy though, look at all change on the run down to turn 2, which then turns into turn 3 in the sharp right-hander. Again, yep, slipstream down the inside. It's a late lunge, but it's a lunge that might just work. He keeps it neat and tidy. Mikhail bumps into the back of him there, and he might be able to go for him again. He does have DRS. So the Alfa Romeo might be able to get back at the papaya orange McLaren. He's going to go for it around the outside because he's going to have to try. It's the old switcheroo, but they make contact on the rear, which really does slow his momentum, but he does get back past. This is brilliant driving. Both drivers making contact, but I don't think the contact's real, so this isn't great for degradation. Robin's 2 seconds up the road. Here comes Dirty Spy again. Back on the run down to turn 1, and he's going to go for it early this time. Down the inside. Mikhail tries to keep it. He's spun off. They've come together. Mikhail's out the race. Dirty Spy drops down the order, and he's getting overtaken by the Haas and the Williams and the Red Bull as well. Mikhail's out the race. He went wide. He lost it. He spun back on the track and hit Dirty Spy, and that may have ruined both of their races. Mikhail's out, and Dirty Spy's got front wing damage. No doubt he'll be bit fault. Do you think that's his fault? DRS open then for the other Williams, totally no pro, and he's going to have a lovely run up into the right-hander on the Red Bull. Forrest jumped, defends to the inside, and it's a really good bit of defence, but there's nothing he can do against totally no pro, and that's P2 for now. He's got DRS again because he just stayed behind long enough to retake that DRS, and I think that's P2 secured. It's a 1 and 2 for the Williams. I never thought I'd say that this year. A 1 and 2 for Williams. It's incredible. Really good for the team. It's just really unfortunate. DRS then open for Mickey, and he will spoil the Haas's party as he gets past miles before the braking zone. Creative Coconut might try it back up the inside, you know, and he will try up the inside. Well, look at the rear wing now, but it hasn't worked out. He won't get DRS, and he will get taken by Weimar the Alpine. Never mind, he does get DRS, the Haas driver. But I think Weimar on the inside won't be able to get the move done yet, but he's going to go for it down the inside. Oh, door was shut by Creative Coconut. Good defense for now, but around the outside, JLB. It's a lovely three-way battle, this. You can see JLB trying to look for it down the inside of Weimar. Can't get it done at the moment, but Weimar, look at this. He's all over the back of Creative Coconut, still managing to follow him really nicely here. And he is on the medium compound tyres, which I think is... no, they're both on mediums, so... I mean, Creative Coconut just struggling a bit. Obviously, clearly not got as much pace as the Alpine, and here comes the Alpine now with DRS wide open. He's going to go for it around the outside, I think. Later on the brakes than the Haas driver, forced wide. They give each other a fair amount of space, I reckon. And look at this, there's a push from JLB, forcing Weimar into the barriers. So JLB gets up the inside, but he hits Weimar and sends him into the barriers. Creative Coconut tries to get it back up the inside on JLB, but he can't keep the move, guys. Speaking of which, closeness, you got Rayner in the Ferrari. Surely he gets past the AlphaTauri here. DRS, and he'll fly past him on the medium tyres. Into turn 1 we go. Sharp right-hander, and that's P10, but he's still got a long way to go before he can even think about getting on the podium, if that's a possibility. DRS again up the hill by the CT Wolf. They're being put under pressure from Rayner, and he is now finding meaning on the mediums, and he is making a charge up the field. Oh, they get very close to tapping the rear end of the Ferrari, the CT Wolf, but Rayner makes it through unscathed, and that's P9, but he's 1.3 seconds off Epplin now, so he's going to utilize being put under a little bit of pressure. Actually, no, he's the one putting the pressure on. Dirty Spy down the inside of Sindro. Sindro on fresh tyres. Dirty Spy back in the race then. P9 for him. Sindro, the Haas driver, is going to try and come back at him though. He's got the DRS down this almost straight. And will he go for something down the inside? Got a nice shot at the braking zone. You can see that Sindro left the braking a lot later than the McLaren. Got a single bit of DRS, and I think that means that if Dirty Spy can get past him down this straight, he's very close. He will send it down the inside. That's the move. Can he stay ahead of the Red Bull? Yes, he can. The Red Bull will slide behind and see if he can pick up the scraps, but there aren't really any scraps to be picked up. Dirty Spy, that move was brilliant, to be fair. He's left it to the perfect time. Does he pit? Stop. Yes, he has. Forrest Jump. That's a blinder. I didn't even realise. Forrest Jump has pitted. He's done something right. He's getting overtaken now by the Williams, so it's still P3. Forrest Jump. I didn't realise he'd really outdone Robin. I don't think the long stop was really the way to go for him. P10 as it is. Closing down the AlphaTauri. Don't be surprised. Oh, yes, especially with mistakes like that. If you see a move down this straight, Robin gets a 3-second time penalty. That might be something. He's going to need to get quite a while ahead of the person behind him if he... Because, what, 3-second time penalty... 3 seconds is only 3 seconds, but in F1, that can be quite a lot. So, no more mistakes from Robin. Not yet. Shotmaker putting Creative Coconut under quite a lot of pressure. And don't be surprised if the Red Bull counterpart to Forrest Jump gets a move now, and yes, he does. Doesn't even get to the corner, and he's already quite far ahead. How close? And he is trying to break the toe. You can see he's trying to break the toe. And maybe that's one of the reasons. But look, through the corner, he gets a bit closer. And oh no, this has been a terrible turn because he's gone wide. Totally no pro. Surely has to capitalise. He's right alongside him, and he gets ahead before the corner. Will he stay ahead very early on the brakes for Forrest Jump? Is he looking to get the switch back? Well, he can't get the switch back. And Totally No Pro gets Eplan then. Pushing Spinsy out of some of these corners. You can see he's got the DRS. And he will dispatch the AlphaTauri driver. As easy as that. Into the right-hander. Job done. Will the AlphaTauri driver get back at him though? Well, look at that. Because very close on exit. He gets DRS. And he might go for it back up the inside. This is about the closest battle we have on track at the moment. Forrest Jump's just got overwhelming pace on Totally No Pro, and I don't think Totally No Pro is secure in that position. It's open, but it isn't enough of an assist. Dirty Spy has retired from the session from a DNF, and you can see him in the wall there. So he must have just lost the rear end, and Dirty Spy is out of the race. Sindro behind Totally No Pro, Mickey in P6, but these guys are all on fresh tyres, including this man here, Rayner. Let's go back to the front because it looks like Robin has gone. We've got 5 laps to both decide the race winner, and Robin has gotten away well. JLB has gotten away pretty well as well. We'll look behind, but I think everyone's pretty much gone away pretty evenly. We look back up the grid. Forrest Jump already getting very close actually already to the back of JLB, but not close enough to go for a move just quite yet. Looking back further down the grid, Rayner's all over the back of Mickey, and I'm no doubt he'll make a move soon. But we've got to look at this, because JLB, these hard tyres, will they hold out? If they do, it's going to be the biggest miracle of, I mean, the greatest call of all time. Rayner, though, down the inside of Mickey, and he will get that move done. Forrest Jump all over the back of JLB, though, and it won't be long until he gets a move done down the inside. This isn't an overtaking spot, but he's still going to make it work on the soft tyres. The hards can't defend it. And down the inside, the move is done. That's a brilliant move from Forrest Jump, but JLB is going to go for it back down the inside. There's no move here, and around the outside goes Totally No Pro. And that, it's 2 places lost in the matter of a few corners for JLB, and he might lose out on another one, because that's a really nice exit and entrance for Sindro. Fast and Furious picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings of track limits, I can only guess. And now look at Totally No Pro is gaining on Forrest Jump, which is something he hasn't done for a long time, and oh no! Robin, the man who's led the race from pretty much start to finish, has spun around, and now it's these two to the line for the race win. Down the inside goes Forrest Jump. He can't keep the move, and Totally No Pro is into the lead. This is something I could not have foreshadowed, I tell you that. Robin looks so good this entire race, but now the ball is in the court of his DRS. Will he go for it down the inside? I know I would, and yes he does. The Haas driver goes for it. Is it too much? Yes it is. He goes wide, and that invites JLB and Rayner into this. He's got DRS. JLB has got DRS as well. And now, can Sindro be a bit of a sitting duck? He won't be, but Rayner's gaining massively on these two. This is the fight for P3. But it looks like Forrest Jump 5/10 behind Totally No Pro. So something could happen there as well. Sindro now DRS on JLB. But can't get the move done. And this is the one we need to watch. DRS. He's going to have one last bit of DRS. Forrest Jump is going to need it. This could be last lap heroics. Are we going to see something incredible for the race win? I'm holding my breath. Sindro's gotten past JLB, but this is the one we really need to watch. Someone's dropped down the order, and it's Spinsy. I think he's having a battle with Young Leader. DRS again for Forrest Jump, but he's just too far back. Totally No Pro at the moment is looking like he could do it, and he could win the race. But anything can happen. Can Rayner? Yes, Rayner's gone through. Can Rayner make a launch on Forrest Jump, on Sindro at the end of the race? I'm not sure. But Forrest Jump has done it absolutely everything he can do, but he's just too far back on Totally No Pro. And I think the Williams driver, despite everything that's happened this race, is going to cross the line. And he will do it. Surely he wins the Austrian Grand Prix, and it was only by a matter of tenths. Rayner comes home and takes 4th, JLB 5th, Sindro 6th, but Shotmaker drops on to 7th, and that means Sindro's up to 3rd with Rayner 4th, Mickey 5th, JLB 6th, Shotmaker 7th, Fast and Furious 8th, Sminsy Shizzle 9th, Robin 10th, and I just cannot believe it, and I don't think he can either. He led almost every single lap that race, only to spin and lose it all at the very end. It is heartbreaking. From pole to 10th, and that's not representative of the race he had. Not representative at all. But this man, what a drive. And that stint at the end on the soft compound tyres, Forrest will be kicking himself that he didn't get that move done. And I know someone, I think that's it's a good race win for the for Totally No Pro. And I mean, it didn't look likely at certain points in this race. It almost seemed like destiny, the destiny of this race, and the well, it really should have been won by Robin, but his teammates stepped up.